In a quiet town there lived a young woman named Lily. She was kind-hearted and gentle, but she often felt like she wasn't good enough. Lily worked at a small grocery store in town where she spent most of her days stocking shelves and helping customers find what they needed. Though she was hard-working and polite, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that she was just an ordinary person with nothing special to offer. One day, Lily's grandmother came to visit her at the store. Her grandmother was a wise old woman who had seen many things in her life. She had always been a source of comfort and advice for Lily, and today was no different. Noticing the worry in Lily's eyes, she asked, "What's bothering you, dear?" Lily hesitated for a moment before responding, "Grandma, I just don't know what my life is worth. I feel like I'm stuck in this routine, and no matter how hard I work, I don't seem to be getting anywhere. I'm not special. I'm just me." Her grandmother smiled warmly and said, "Lily, I want to tell you a story. It's an old story, but it carries a lesson that I think you need to hear." Lily nodded, eager to hear whatever wisdom her grandmother was about to share. "Once upon a time," her grandmother began, "there was a young boy named Sam. Sam lived in a small village, much like our town. He was a bright and curious boy, but he often felt like he didn't measure up to the other kids in the village. While they excelled in sports, studies, or art, Sam struggled to find something he was truly good at. He always wondered, what am I worth? What makes me special? One day, Sam's grandfather, an old and wise man, called him over. He handed Sam a simple old coin, worn out and a little rusty. "Sam," he said, "I want you to take this coin and go to the market, see if you can sell it for a single gold piece." Sam looked at the coin in his hand, doubting that anyone would pay that much for such an old, worn-out coin. But he trusted his grandfather and agreed to give it a try. So he set off for the market, where he approached one of the merchants. Sam said, "Sir, would you like to buy this coin? I'm selling it for 1 gold piece." The merchant looked at the coin and chuckled. "This old thing? It's not worth a gold piece, boy. I can give you a copper coin for it, but nothing more." Disappointed but determined, Sam continued to ask other merchants in the market, but the responses were all the same. No one was willing to pay more than a copper coin for it. Finally, Sam returned home, feeling defeated. He handed the coin back to his grandfather and said, "Grandfather, I'm sorry. I tried my best, but no one would buy the coin for a gold piece." His grandfather smiled and said, "That's all right, Sam. I want you to try something different now. Take the same coin to the local jeweler and see what he says." Sam was confused, but did as his grandfather asked. When he reached the jeweler's shop, he hesitated for a moment before showing the old coin to the jeweler. "Sir, my grandfather asked me to bring this to you. Could you tell me what it's worth?" The jeweler examined the coin closely, his eyes widening with surprise. After a few moments, he looked up at Sam and said, "This coin is very rare, young man. It's an ancient artifact, worth far more than just a gold piece. I would gladly pay you 100 gold pieces for it." Sam was stunned. He thanked the jeweler and hurried back to his grandfather, still trying to process what had just happened. When he got home, he handed the 100 gold pieces to his grandfather and told him what the jeweler had said. "Grandfather, I can't believe it. I thought the coin was worthless, but it was actually worth so much." His grandfather looked at Sam with a gentle smile and said, "You see, Sam, just like this coin, your true worth isn't always visible on the surface. It's not about what others see or how they judge you at first glance. Your value comes from within, and sometimes it takes someone who truly understands and appreciates you to see your real worth. Don't ever doubt yourself, Sam. You are far more valuable than you think." Lily listened intently as her grandmother finished the story. The message resonated deeply with her. She realized that, like Sam, she had been looking for her worth in the wrong places. She had been so focused on what others thought of her that she had forgotten to see her own value. Her grandmother continued, "Lily, life will always present you with challenges and doubts. But remember, just because you can't see your worth right now doesn't mean it isn't there. Your true value lies in who you are, not in what others see or say. You have unique talents, kindness, and a spirit that shines brighter than you realize." Inspired by her grandmother's words, Lily decided to take a closer look at her life. She began to notice the small things she had overlooked. The way she always made her customers smile, how she went out of her way to help her co-workers, and the genuine kindness she showed to everyone around her. These were the things that made her special, the things that gave her life meaning. As days turned into weeks, Lily's perspective began to shift. She no longer felt ordinary or insignificant. She started taking pride in her work at the store, knowing that even the smallest actions could have a big impact on someone's day. She also began exploring new hobbies like painting and writing, discovering talents she never knew she had. One afternoon, a little boy came into the store looking lost. He was holding a crumpled note in his hand and had tears in his eyes. Lily knelt down and asked, "What's wrong, sweetie? Can I help you with something?" The boy sniffled and said, "My mom sent me to buy some groceries, but I lost the money she gave me. I don't know what to do." Lily felt a heavy heart for the boy. She remembered how it felt to be in a tough spot, unsure of what to do. Without hesitation, she took out her own wallet and handed the boy enough money to buy what he needed. "It's okay," she said with a warm smile. "Take this and get what you need. Just promise me you'll be more careful next time, all right?" The boy's face lit up with relief and gratitude. He thanked Lily over and over again before rushing off to complete his task. As she watched him leave, Lily felt a deep sense of fulfillment. She realized that the value of her life wasn't measured by big achievements or recognition, but by the small, everyday acts of kindness and the positive impact she could have on others. Word of Lily's kindness spread throughout the town. More and more people began coming to the store, not just for groceries, but to see the kind woman who always had a smile and a helping hand. Lily didn't do it for the recognition. She did it because it made her happy to help others. But as time went on, she became known as the heart of the community, a person who could always be counted on to make someone's day a little brighter. One day, the store owner called Lily into his office. He looked serious, and Lily couldn't help but feel a little nervous. He said, "Lily, I've been watching you. You've turned this store into something special. People don't just come here to buy things anymore. They come here because of you. Your kindness and dedication have brought so much to this place, and I think it's time you were recognized for that." To Lily's surprise, the store owner offered her a promotion. She would no longer be just a clerk, she would be the store manager, responsible for overseeing everything and continuing to make the store a place of warmth and community. Lily was overwhelmed with emotion. She had never expected such a thing, but she realized that this was the result of her efforts, her kindness, and her belief in herself. As she accepted the promotion, Lily thought back to the story her grandmother had told her. The lesson was clear now more than ever. Her worth had always been there, but it had taken time, self-belief, and the right perspective to see it. She wasn't just a grocery store clerk, she was someone who made a difference, someone who brought joy and kindness into the lives of others. Years later, Lily's grandmother passed away, leaving behind a legacy of wisdom and love. On the day of the funeral, Lily found herself surrounded by friends, family, and townspeople who had all been touched by her grandmother's teachings and Lily's kindness. As she stood by her grandmother's grave, Lily felt a sense of peace and gratitude. She knew that her grandmother's wisdom would live on in her heart, guiding her through whatever life had in store. From that day forward, Lily made it her mission to help others discover their own worth, just as her grandmother had helped her. She would tell the story of Sam and the old coin to anyone who would listen, passing on the lesson that had changed her life. And in doing so, she found her true calling, a purpose that was far greater than anything she had ever imagined. Lily had discovered her true worth, not in the eyes of others, but in the quiet, powerful belief in herself. She had learned that the value of a life is not measured by what others see on the surface, but by the depth of kindness, creativity, and love that one brings into the world. And with that knowledge, she lived a life full of meaning, joy, and fulfillment, knowing that her true worth was priceless. This story teaches us that our true value isn't always obvious at first glance, but it's there, waiting to be discovered. We just need to believe in ourselves, keep working hard, and stay kind to others. When we do that, we not only find our worth, but we also make the world a better place. So, always remember, you are valuable, just as you are, and the world needs the unique light that only you can bring.